Well, an opportunity for Utah to lick its wounds and get back home to Salt Lake City. Welcome inside our San Francisco studios. Tied for herd mentality. Lamar Hurd with us to talk a little bit about the Utes matching up against the Huskies. Lamar, this is a basketball matchup where we saw Utah go on the road earlier this season in Seattle and win that game in overtime. So from the Washington perspective, how do they change their fortunes in Salt Lake?
Well, I think defensively they have to figure out what are they going to do, because in that game against Utah, they did a lot of switching, and that's who Washington is. That's their MO on the defensive end of the court. It worked from a standpoint of shutting down some of Utah's perimeter players, as Brandon Taylor only had 3 points in that game, but Jakob Poeltl went to work and route to win the Pac-12 Player of the Week for those performances. 29 points in that game, because a lot of times when Washington would switch, they would end up with a smaller guard guarding the big 7-footer. So I want to see if Lorenzo Romar makes any change there. Also, you need your guards, your backcourt, DeJounte Murray, Andrew Andrews to play better. They combined to go 8 of 26 from the field in that first game. They have to shoot the ball better if Washington wants to get a win.
Lamar, what about from the Utah perspective? This team was rocking and rolling. We said they turned the corner. They won 5 straight. Then they go to the Oregon schools. They lose a tough one against Oregon State, and then obviously against Oregon. No shame in losing in Eugene. It's been tough on a lot of opponents this year. But how concerned are you for Larry Krystkowiak's squad?
I'm not concerned, and I am concerned.
Okay.
I'm not concerned because they're coached by Larry Krystkowiak, one of the best coaches in the conference, if not the entire country. Also, you're going back home to the Huntsman Center, where Utah has been known to play very well. But I am concerned, not because of the fact they lost against Oregon State and Oregon, but the fashion in which they lost. How often do we see a senior guard like Brandon Taylor make that type of mistake late in the game? You know, that's the kind of thing that could play on your mind moving forward. So there is a cause for concern, but again, it calls for optimism as well. We'll see which one plays out.
Yeah, at least in that game. I mean, we thought Kevin O'Neal was ready to give a hero biscuit to Jarmal Reed for that bucket late in the game. And then obviously the foul on the other end, he took the biscuit back. But nonetheless, this one has the potential to be an entertaining game. We'll see if Washington's able to make their mark and a stamp of being one of the premier teams in the Pac-12 conference, if they can get it done on the road against this Utah squad. And for everything, Lamar, that's happening around the conference, just follow us on Twitter at Pac-12 Networks.